Normal weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part, this upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Hey. 2 nights in a row. I saw that comment. No, wait, what's today? Tuesday. Wasn't I on Sunday? Was it? Monday, Tuesday? I think I was on Sunday. I don't know, man. I'm just going to run all the days together. That way they're all covered. I was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. Hey, welcome. It's time to get busy here. Or as Seattle would say, crack-a-lackin', crackin', knackalin'. They got a new team up there they called the Kraken. I think they just wanted to say, here comes the Kraken, just like in the movies or whatever. But anyway, that's side tangent. I don't know how I even got over there. All right, let's get on with business, shall we? I know why you're here. You're here to see me ramble on about nothing. Why else wouldn't you be here? Now, somebody did say I should get my own podcast going, and I could do a podcast. I could sit here and talk with you till the cows come home. I would probably never run out of things to say. I'd be very opinionated. And at the end of the day, half of you would love me. You would follow me to my death. And the other half of you would probably want to make that death happen. So I just keep my mouth shut and just do weather for the most part. And every now and then I'll throw you a bone just for fun. I don't usually get too serious because, I don't want to run you off. But anyway, let's talk about the weather. So thanks for joining me. Again, you're here at AT's Weather. If you're new here, welcome. We love newbies here. There is an acronym going around you will occasionally see as a newbie. In the comment sections, LTTP. So if you see that and you feel left out, don't, because I'm going to bring you in on it. We used to have some fireside chats where I would give a little extra and over a beverage or something, like on a Friday or Saturday night. And the community would often sometimes be late. And as a good way of ribbing, there would be a little LTTP thrown around, which was late to the party. So you never want to be late to the party. How I advise you not to be late to the party is to get notifications on Facebook where you hit the get live. All right. Now that doesn't work all the time, and I've got no control over that. So plan B, I always could have a plan B, is to go to my YouTube page, which is Aaron Tuttle OK. Again, hit the bell to get notified when I go live. And then there's got to be a plan C. Remember, redundancy. It's all about backup plans. Twitter, hit the go live, the bell, whatever they've got when you go live. They all got something. Just hit it when they go live. That way, between the three of them, you'll get notified on time. And then you can pick whichever one you want to watch from, because they're all the same. They're all going to be in HD. It's just whichever one you want to comment on or pipe to your big screen television. Just keep it in 1080p. Don't try to go 4K or HK on me, because this might turn really ugly, and you don't want to see that. I'm not prepared for 4K. I don't think my pores could handle it. So anyway, nobody wants to see pores in 4K. Who thought of this? What moron sat around with, yep, I want to see how the biggest crevice I can see on your face in the closest resolution, like a microscope. And I'm going to put it on my TV for the world to see. Right here in the living room. We're all going to stare at your pores. All right. Anyway, back to what I'm doing here. So I told you, sometimes I get sidetracked, so I can be a little goofy. All right, let's get on with the weather, shall we? Which map I'm pressing? This one. All right, so right now we do have some rain out there. It's not like it was last night as far as currently. There's a little showers up here around Watonga and out toward Leedy, Texas state line, over here toward Tulsa and points to the east. So things are pretty quiet right now, but they will pick up and get a little bit more active as we head into the overnight hours and through at least the first part of tomorrow. So let's talk about that. All right. So speaking of which, how much rain did you get? I have to go to this map here. It's on my website, aarontutleweather.com, and this is the rainfall deal here. I got 2.4 inches at my house. Now, that's a really good rain, especially this time of the year. I'm done. I mean, if I could do this, walk away, I'm happy. The grass is happy. The trees and plants are happy. Some of you, though, got a little carried away. For example, Here is the Oklahoma Mesonet. And many areas got 1 to 3 inches, which was a safe call in the models. But I did warn you that there would be some areas that got a little too much. So you get these little hot zones. There's one there, there's one there. Of course, the big one in Acadian County down here in southwest Oklahoma. There's one, there's one, there's one. And each of these was around 4 to 5 inches of rain. Now, the one here was around 6 to 7. So they can get out of control, just to kind of let you see that. Now, other thing I can show you, I plotted this earlier today if you saw it on my Facebook page. Now, the data will reset, so I don't know if it'll still have it on here. It does. It resets about every 24 hours. So we'll see if the amounts come down. And they did. Looks like I don't see... Okay, I do see some hot spots there. Okay, so it did start to reset, but before it's erasing all the days. It's on a revolving 24-hour period. I just give you an idea out here in the western parts of the metro, up toward Okarche, 3, 4, 5, 6, close to 7 inches of rain. Out here toward Mustang, whereas obviously not as much metro east side. Still some good rains though. I mean, there's an inch there. Edmond, half an inch, maybe overnight some areas. Down toward Moore, about an inch or so. So again, some good rains for a lot of us that were much needed. And just unfortunately, you get some of that training or stalled storm, and that's how this stuff can get out of hand. And therefore, the flash flooding threat that we've been talking about since Sunday in my blog. All right, now here's a look at the rain troublemaker. Now, there's not much left of it. There's basically an upper level low right here over central Oklahoma. So this is the energy associated with that. What's going to happen is it's going to kind of move to the east. So here's, let's see, am I on the right? Let me make sure I'm on the right one. I wasn't. I thought I wasn't. There was some intuition going, that doesn't look quite right. Okay, so I got the newer model update just came in. So that batch of energy in colors is over central Oklahoma. As we head into tonight, tomorrow, it starts to shift to the east. So I'm going to stop it here. This is afternoon. So here's what's left of it. It kind of moves from here to now right around here. All right, so it's taken the rain threat with it. That means that most of our rain should fall in the late overnight to the early mid-morning period. And then it kind of starts to shift in the far eastern Oklahoma and Arkansas. Now, not all of it, but the majority of this next round. We do have other energy coming on the backside. So here's Thursday morning. There's some good lift there. That'll move on by. Here's another little round Thursday afternoon and evening. And that kind of leads on to Saturday. There's Friday on into Saturday there. With the bulk of the energy starting to move to the east, so that will start to help to dry us out a little bit. Now, there are some indications that the weekend may not be as perfect as I was hoping for, which upsets me because I don't like being wrong. But, it's a 7-day forecast, and things typically do change a little. But that's no excuse, Aaron. Do better next time. You'll get them, Tiger. There are no participation trophies. You either nail it or you miss it. You're either a winner or a loser. Now get back in the game. I am not crazy, I promise. I'm just a little nutty. All right, so here's a look at the upper levels. Okay, we have 500 millibar level. Now we're going to go below 700 millibars. This is where we get called vertical velocity. Good lift. And typically, not always, but typically models are pretty good at highlighting where the max lift will be, so you can pinpoint the max amount of precipitation. So, again, the colors are the brighter the color, the stronger the lift. So we got some pretty good lift here over south central Oklahoma, as you can see by midnight. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, central Oklahoma, southern Oklahoma. Hey, it's still there, peeking out here in the morning hours. And then you can see some hot spots there as we head into the mid-morning hours, shifting down to eastern Oklahoma and Arkansas, Tulsa area. And then by afternoon, 4 o'clock or so, it's far northeast Oklahoma and pretty much moving out. You do see some residual lift, though, residual colors on the map here across the state elsewhere. So that does mean the rain will be completely done in the afternoon. That's a key distinction. And you see a lot more lift comes in off and on through, let's see, most of this will be over with, looks like there's Friday afternoon. Yeah, by Friday afternoon, it's going to most of it be over with. All right, so hopefully we can dry things out by then. That's the forecast anyway. That's the fingers crossed. Now, let's get into the rainfall locations and the amounts, because that's what basically this forecast is really focusing on. And how did I get to? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so here's an example of how, do I want this one? Yeah, why not? I'll use it. Okay, so we got the scattered showers of storms here over central Oklahoma. So you can see how they're kind of just, it's not a big, like a solid cluster. It's going to be more of these popping up all over the place, hit and miss. So some of you won't get much overnight, and others of you may get several downpours that come in like at 15, 20-minute increments, and then it stops and starts again. So this lingers on through the morning, onto the afternoon. You can see how it's moving out and away, as we talked about, chasing that lift in the atmosphere. But this is interesting. We'll see if this pans out, because this could be some trouble. Late afternoon. Remember, still a little bit of lingering lift here with some lingering boundaries. So it does produce quite a bit of storms here over central Oklahoma. The kind that may produce the same amount of rain or similar to what we saw in the Yukon, Mustang, El Reno area. And now that activity moves southward tomorrow evening and look up northern Oklahoma overnight. More storms move in. So see, it's just round after round after round. It's not a completely cover the state at any point in time. It's just pockets here and there that bubble up. And there will be no way to predict exactly this county at this time. It's not the way this pattern works. You can't do that in summer. You do it, in the strong synoptic-driven events in the fall and spring. We got those down pat. This kind of chaotic butterfly effect, forget about it. You and I will long be gone in the ashes before anything's ever remotely getting close to even doing anything with that, and that's still don't think it'll ever happen. But anyway, regardless, there's AIs on the horizon, aliens are here, so maybe they'll share some technology, and then we'll figure it out. Not with the guy drinking bourbon that night and coming in computer programming during the day. It ain't gonna work. Okay, nothing is bourbon, because I actually like bourbon. I don't drink beer, believe it or not. I mean, I can drink it, but I don't fancy it, as my Meemaw would say. No, I just don't fancy it. I was like, okay. Well, I don't care for it either, Meemaw. Okay, so Aaron, what is wrong with you tonight? Okay, focus, dude. Let's talk about the rainfall totals. That's what we're going to do. Let's go 24, 36. Where do you want to go? I'm almost done. Hang in there. I would say something you could say when we were much younger in the non-PC area, but I can't say anything now. Everything's too PC, so I don't want anybody to get offended, so I'll just keep quiet. All right, so let me zoom in. Okay. This is our high, by the way, only one model did well last night as predicting the horrific downpour on the west side of the metro, as far as getting the location anywhere close to being correct. And it was a fluke, so I'm not going to go, oh, that's the one to pick for this whole event. That's not the way that works. It just got lucky. But at least the signal was there for all of them. It was just, where is it going to be? And that was just unpredictable. Because each one of them had a different county. So you could just, do this. Yep, that looks good to me, and you'd have been just as good. Okay, so short run of the HER. Where are we at? 24 hours. So it's got up about 1 inch to 2 inches of rain here possible in Oklahoma City, and again, Canadian County. Some little hot spots north and east, maybe to 3 inches, could be some 4 inches. Again, it depends on if you get retrained over and over. Training is where you get one storm that moves over you, followed by another storm, followed by another storm. It's called training. Okay, so another model there. You can see how this is the take home on this tonight's data, is majority of the heavier stuff is going to be kind of on the east sides of the state, and some of them also indicate on the south side of the state. But right now, here's two kind of lined up north and from northwest to southeast, it seems. This one's just all over the place. This one's kind of east of I-35. This one is kind of east of I-35, but still northwest. And then here's that blob down southwest of the metro. This is that secondary system coming in. It's the only model that's indicating that. But if it were to happen, see, it's dumping 5 to 6 inches of rain. There's 6.5. So again, that's similar to what it was trying to do with the storm from last night. So those things can happen, just to let you know. You just have to plan accordingly. That you always have to have a backup plan with this kind of a pattern. Okay, so here's a close-up view of that short-term model. Do I even want to do that? Nah, it's pointless. I kind of showed you the other. The tech model likes central Oklahoma, again, for some heavier storms. This is in the 6 inches plus category, all this purple. And this is just south of Oklahoma City, so, it's actually just southwest of Norman, but that's just splitting hairs. It doesn't matter. This won't be the final spot. It'll be just kind of in the general area here of central Oklahoma. It can easily shift around. But the take-home is that we'll probably still get some heavy rain overnight. So flash flooding is a possibility for anyone who does get the extreme stuff. Now, did I mention hurricane? No, but I'm going to mention hurricane. So, stuff going on in the tropics, by the way. We did have that little system that hit far south Texas over the weekend into Mexico. That was long gone. But models are really latching onto a new one. That's going to be approaching Florida, but starting to curve to the east once it gets through the Bahama chain. This is Friday night on into Saturday. So let me zoom this in. Is this zooming? This isn't zooming. Is it zooming? Oh boy, I don't think I did this right. This is okay. You know what? I'm just gonna not touch it again. Every time I try to zoom, it does backwards. All right, let me just do this. Okay, just use your squinty eyes. I'll blow up here in a minute. Okay, so there's Sunday. Here we go. I'll just get to this good part here. This is Monday. So let me blow this up. So this is the operational American model. In other words, it is our new version that we have yet to officially unleash. Now, the GFS American model has been the laughing stock of the model wars for a long time. Now, in the early days, it was the only thing around, so it was it was like your grandpa. And, well, your grandpa was the alpha lion, and there were no new cubs around anywhere to threaten grandpa. So grandpa just got old and decrepit and didn't put anything new into him. He liked things the way they were. Technology blew by. He sat there and goes, all them young whippersnappers, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm good. Well, you fast forward 20, 30 years, and grandpa got left in the dust. So U.S. became grandpa. Everybody else became the young hungry lions and cubs, and now they're ripping and roaring. All right, so they got some models out there. Did some really good stuff. Then we decided at some point, I guess grandpa passed, I'm not sure, but we said we probably should just revamp our model. So done in 2 stages. The first stage stunk. And everybody laughed and said, you stupid Americans, you can't get your own model right. And they went, yeah, you're right, we can't. Let's start over again. So this is the new and improved version of the new and improved version. And this new and improved version is actually picked up on the hurricane. That was a really long story to tell you that the new and improved version is picked up on the development of a hurricane, whereas the old version doesn't even know there's anything out there. Hence the laughing continues. But there's a sign on the horizon. If this thing nails it, then we're back in business, baby. So anyway, this is what's going to happen here on the eastern coast of the Carolinas on, was that Monday I said? So there's Monday afternoon, roughly. Again, this is a long ways out there, so give it about a 36-hour window as far as date, timeline goes. And then as far as, east and west, it's still way too early, but somewhere in that vicinity. So east coast be something to watch for. This trough out here will be a game player in it. If it comes out here too far to the east, it will have a tendency to push the storm out and never really get close to shore. If this trough hangs back a little bit, then this trough is displaced back in here, and that allows some more ridging to take place here. So if I were to do fantasy colors and drawings, that allows a high pressure bridge to build over here. And what that does is then that funnels the hurricane back into land versus being back out here to water. So we'll see what happens with this one. But if you're interested in hurricanes, I think this will have that name to it. I think it's the one with the Spanish pronunciation. And I've been too busy to even pay attention at this point. I just wanted to bring it up to you because we were talking about weather, and I thought it was interesting. And I'll keep on it once we get closer to something of importance happening with that guy. All right, 12-hour. Where are we? 6 mean and max. Let's go max. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of the models had been conservative overnight into tomorrow, where some of those amounts are going to be about 1 to 2 inches of rain. But again, you got to caution. It doesn't take but one storm to get out of hand, and then you got problems with flooding. So remember, flash flooding kills more people. So take that serious. And of course, at nighttime, it's terrible because you're sleeping, water's creeping in the house. You know what's going on. So I get it, but you know what the forecast is since Sunday. At least if you're watching me, I don't know what other people are saying because I don't watch them, so I have no idea. But on my blog, I mentioned flash flooding with 6 inches of rain being a problem. Some areas get a little more than that. So that's still the forecast, hasn't changed. And this is through this first wave, which again wraps up tomorrow. No, wait, what is today? Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. I told you I don't know what date is halftime. That's bad for meteorologists. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be sunny tomorrow. Wait, what day is tomorrow? So anyway, and then we got those other little rounds that'll come through. Any one of those could produce a little excess rain, but they mostly all seem to behave. I don't see any indications you're going to have 6-inch totals, just, probably maybe 1 to 2 in some of the harder hit areas, but still plenty of time to work all those details out, and I'll watch it for you. I think that's about it. Let me, let's see, what time is it? It is 10:06, so I'm finished with the weather. If you want to hang out, I'll answer a couple of your questions, and cut you loose. You probably didn't get much rain. Sorry about that, Paul. Well, don't worry, because more rain is on the way, and you shall get some tomorrow and tonight. Jim is always checking in from Mustang. He got 4.12 inches on the east side. Not bad. A little too much, but not bad. Let me go to, where am I going? I'm going to go to Twitter. So if you guys on Twitter chimed in with any questions, I didn't get to see them because I do my talking. So make sure you post them back again, and I'll check here real quick, and I'll answer them if I can. All right, let me go to the Patreon page and load you guys up. Alright. So Jessica was checking in. Brian was checking in. Howdy, howdy. Karen was finally on time. She's always LTTP. Dion says, about to get bumpy in Claremore. So a little rain out there. Notice there hasn't been much in the way of severe weather other than the fact of the flash flooding threat. It's not a, that's the main deal. Although, I will say this. There were some what we call cold core funnels. I think there were 2 of those, which is from the upper level low. They don't ever touch down usually as tornadoes, by the way, but they are scary obviously to look at. And then I did see a picture of a gust NATO, which was a quick little vorticity center along a outflow boundary where storms move in. It's from a cold pool. It's an interaction that's different than what you think. And what happened to my captioning up here? Hey. Okay, that was weird. I don't know. It's being silly. Let me do something. I don't know how long that was goofy. Sorry about that. Okay, maybe now it's fixed. There it goes. I don't know what happened with that. All right. So apologize for the words getting cut off. Not that they even match what I was saying anyway. Okay. Elizabeth, you say storms overnight? Yes, we'll see more storms overnight. Hopefully Yukon does not get hit again. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. Most of the models kind of have it on the east side this time around. So we'll see if that pans out. All right, let's go to the main Facebook page and load you guys up. Okay. Becca's loving the cooler temps. Rachel's loving she wants all the downpours. Jody's on it. I don't know what she's on, but she's on something. So I missed a conversation. But that's the way it goes, though. I can't see them when I'm yakking. Let's see. What else we got? Team AT. You're so cute. Jason gets the knee pains with the barometric pressure. There was a commercial, Channel 5 in Dallas ran, KXAS, back when I was growing up there. And they had the how to forecast the weather, and they had, I think, 3 different ways. And the third way was an old lady going, I can feel it in my bones. It was the cutest thing because, they were saying, man, if you had any kind of issues, with joints and stuff, you can feel the pressure change and know it's going to rain. So that was the play on the commercials. Quite hysterical, actually. It was back in the old "Where's the Beef" commercials. That kind of era of advertising. If you remember that, if you're old enough to remember that. Look, I don't know how time flies so fast. I swear I was just 20 just the other day, and somehow I added 25 to that. That hurts to say. Wait, 25? Yeah, 26. I can't even know how old I am. All right, say what you want. It's what we're here for. Rachel, you're cute. You really don't want that. I speak truth bombs. Nobody wants to hear truth bombs. They like to live in their bubble of, or their head under the sand half the time because it's better that way. Sometimes I go there just for some sanity. Ron, no way, dude. I'm self-isolating. I'm in solidarity with Jody. Jody has to self-isolate, so I said, I'll self-isolate with you. We're in it together. If you guys suffer, I'll suffer. And then I told her, I work from home. I'm in the home isolating all the time anyway. So it doesn't really bother me. But if I ever want to go out, I have the option. So she doesn't quite have that option yet. Joe, are you even woke, bro? What? I thought if you went woke, you go broke. I don't want to go broke. Oh my gosh, 2020. Seriously, somebody just kill it already. I'm so over it. I'm seriously, I have no idea how over I am 2020. Like, I really wish I could go to sleep and wake up and it'd be 2021. And just whatever happened. I'm fine with it. I'll deal with it. I just don't want to see it every day strung out. I'm like the Band-Aid. Just rip this stupid thing off and get it over with. Alright, so let's see. I'm hyped up on carbs, Angelia. I had McDonald's tonight, which is a cheat meal for me. I had a Big Mac, a double cheeseburger, 6 chicken nuggets, and large fries, and a big Dr. Pepper. That was way too much food. I don't know what I was thinking. It felt good at the time, and afterwards I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? So anyways, that's what it is. I'm burning up. I'm sweating like a pig in church. And I'm like, well, what does a pig in church have to do with sweating? My brain, I think, misfired. I don't know where I was going. I was going to grab a cliche, and that's what came out. Carbs are like drugs, I guess. I'm all loopy. Christy, I'm glad I could entertain you. You're welcome, Rachel. Thanks for the Bob Ross shout out. Oakley, DP said to build an ark. Well, I think I beat him to the punch, but it was just a joke. It was about that computer model that had like 17 inches of rain. Let's see, are we expecting more rain tonight, James? Yes, we are. Is this video crapping out for anyone but me? Oh no, I hope not. If it is, you need some better Wi-Fi. Let's see what else we got. Because it looks good on my end for once. I can't blame Cox. I think they finally fixed all my problems. Knock on wood. Let's see. Just for good measure. Okay. I'm just scanning through all your messages real quick. Rachel, I like it. Get the hashtag going. Chad Prather. Why does that name sound familiar? Where's he out of? Good DeLorean with the flux capacitor. Listen, man, I always wanted a DeLorean. When those things came out, Back to the Future, I could have bought one when I was older because, they all went under and they sold for, I think it was $5,000 you could buy one. There was a place in Dallas. But, listen, trying to work on those things, no, forget about it. It's just one of those cool things to say that you've got one. You wouldn't want to use it as a daily driver. They say the second half of 2020 is going to be worse than the first. Vicky, well, aren't you the bearer of good news? Everybody hear it for Vicky, bringing us all down, saying it's how the world's going to end here in the second half of 2020. Hey, I completely agree with you. Listen, if you went to sleep, I posted this on my Facebook page today. I said, think about it. Let's just say, maybe you're in the hospital and they had to put you out, or maybe you're just really tired. You took a long nap. You went to bed March 1st. The economy's going great. Your retirement's looking good. 401k. Everybody's happy. Unemployment's down the lowest level it's ever been. It's celebration time. America, right? You wake up, we'll call it August 1st. So we'll let 4 months go by. And you turn on the TV or you turn on social media, look out your window or whatever, depending on where you live. You're like, WT frickered. What is this? What just happened in 4 months? This isn't even possible. There's no way this is happening. Who are all these people wearing masks? Why are they wearing masks? Where is everybody? Who was locked down? Why were they locked down? Why is this city on fire? Why is that city on fire? Where are the cops? What cops? Huh? What happened to them? What'd they do? So now we don't have cops? What? Yeah, it's just one thing after another. There's no way. In 4 months, you'd wake up and put all it together and go, yeah, this is normal. So, I'm just saying, you take that little 4-month window and you push it another 4 months. I can't wait to see what comes next. It can't be pretty. That's all I'm saying. It cannot be pretty. It's election year, first off. But this is election year like no other election year. This is going to be going down the record books. So, I don't know. If you're a praying person, you might want to pray extra. If you're not a praying person, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. So, that gets us in a whole nother podcast. We can talk about the end of the world as we know it. Things are going to change. I can feel it. But, yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We just got to think positive. It's always the deal. You hope for the best and you prepare for the worst. And you're like, well, how do I prepare for the worst of this year? Well, if you really want to think about it, guns, ammo, food, shelter, the basics. Every time when the civilization crashes. But outside of that, you think, I won't be that bad. 401k will take a dip for a little while, and there'll be a little civil unrest, and everybody will calm down, and everybody get under control, and election will be over, and everybody go back to normal, and we'll all stop wearing masks, and virus will be gone, and kids will be back in school, and things like they were back on March 1st. Man. Sorry. I'm not that positive. But till I lose my last breath, I'll be here with you. One thing that everyone agrees is that Carol Baskin killed her husband. Evan, that is a truth statement right here on AT's Weather. You know she did. Oh, man. I remember somebody was throwing around the theory that he was buried on the ranch down south in Wynnewood, that they were in cahoots. The whole thing was just a big ploy for attention, and that Joe buried him, and that the dogs are out there sniffing and to find him or something. Listen, that's just all nonsense. But that's a heck of a story, both good and bad and crazy. And it happened in Oklahoma. Put us on the map. All right, let me think. Anything else? Oh, let me scan to see if anybody say anything on Twitter. Sorry, I didn't. Double check you guys. You joined. Okay, got it. And you're just going, yep. Okay, and then YouTube. Uh-oh. This message is held for review. Well, what message was that? More information. Potentially inappropriate messages held for review. Who did that on my Facebook, on my YouTube? I don't even know what it says. I don't even have access. Anyway, it's less than 100 days to election. So, I don't know what the message was, but you got to keep it clean here at AT's Weather. I pretty much have all the dirty words filtered out, so you shouldn't be able to put anything inappropriate, because, it's a family-friendly environment here. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of lightning. But you know what? There wasn't really a whole lot of lightning with these storms, at least in my area of experience. I could hear a couple of rumbles, and that was it. Otherwise, just lots of rain. Good night, Elizabeth. Okay, so I think I'm done. Are you guys done? We wrapping it up? I could sit here and give you my thoughts on the end of the world, but would that really make you sleep better at night? No. So do what I'm going to do. Go put your head in the sand. Take a nap, and wake up January 1st, and I swear it'll be all just fine. All right. Okay, listen, I get out of here. I actually am getting tired now. My sugar crash is wearing off, and I still got to go shower. One of these days, I'm going to do one of these clean for you. I mean, I'll be showered, shaved, hair combed. I promise, one of these days, I'm going to make that happen. I keep intending to do it, and it just never quite happens, but I'm destined That's my goal. Listen, you guys been great. Appreciate your time tonight, and hope you enjoyed whatever we call this. And we'll do it again. And be careful of the flooding. If you get something tonight, just be careful. I'm not really sure what to tell you. There really is no game plan. I mean, if your house floods, you just deal with it. Don't drive in flooded roadways, especially if it's fast-moving water, at nighttime or during the day, because it may sweep you off your feet or carry you downstream or send you somewhere you don't want to be. So if you live near a creek or some of those little, Oklahoma roads, dirt roads, you know what I'm talking about. So you guys got to pay extra attention. Stay away from the culverts and drains. Keep the kids out of all that stuff when it's flooding. That's about it. All right, we'll talk soon. Having a good night. Sleep well. Bye, everybody. That's cool.